Hello everyone. Welcome to the third type of mini activity in CGS392, Career Essentials. Here we'll be working with SVOs, which of course you are familiar with from our in-class work. Our goal is to develop a creative mindset. To do that, we will continue working with the 7 different creative thinking subskills. Please have a look at this video and it will describe exactly what you need to do in the activities for this week. Good luck, gentlemen. What are SVOs? What and why are we going to look at them? Well, what is an SVO? It's a basic sentence pattern in English, subject, verb, object. It describes an agent, the subject, doing something, the verb, to something or someone, the object. Very simple. Now, why use them? This is the bigger question. This is the great question. Well, there are a number of benefits we get from playing with SVOs. First, we can learn to summarize better. We can improve our summarizing skills. You can describe concrete happenings with an SVO, but you can also summarize like an entire story with an SVO. For example, if you look at the story of Cinderella, you could describe the whole story in 3 words. Prince rescues Cinderella. Another benefit is to improve our abstract thinking. As you go from describing individual events to looking at or describing the bigger picture, you have to think more abstractly. To get all of this content, like an entire story, into those 3 words, you can't do it in a concrete way. You have to think in abstract terms. It also allows you to play with language. As you look at something from different perspectives or consider different meanings for a single picture or a scene, your mind gets to play with language. For example, these 3 similar concepts, but the verb makes all the difference. You know, dreams reflect reality, dreams surpass reality, dreams mask reality. They're very similar, but your mind is kind of playing with the meanings of those different verbs. And very importantly for us, it helps us develop and improve our creative thinking skills. In particular, observation, changing perspectives, and making connections. So, activity type 3, the SVO. Let's look at an example. You're going to have about 6 minutes to complete a full activity. Okay? And it's divided into 3 parts. So let's look here at part 1. Part 1 is about vocabulary, words to remember. Okay, and for this, you have about 1 minute or less. So here we go. You'll see a 45-second video wherein 12 words will appear randomly. Each word is missing 1 letter. In your mind, fill in the missing letter to make the word. It's not difficult, believe me. You don't need to write anything down. And then when the video finishes, write the word that you like the best. Just what of those 12, what is your favorite word? After the video, you're going to see 12 spaces or 12 words that are blanks, and you can write the words that you can remember. The first letter of each word will be given. Okay, an important note here. The purpose of this part is to simply get the mind going. Though the words that are presented here in part 1, the 12 words that you see, they could be used in the SVO activity, which is coming up in part 2, other words are possible as well. Another reason for doing this vocab activity is to expose language learners to words they may not use very frequently. So it's a vocabulary building exercise in a sense. Okay, let's continue our SVO example with part 2. You're going to watch a short video. Actually, it's just a snapshot of humanity doing something, and I think you'll find it interesting. So after you watch, or actually as you watch, write down as many SVOs as you can that describe what's happening. It can be on a concrete level or an abstract level. Whatever comes to mind, as long as it's in the form of an SVO, is perfectly okay. This part I'd like you to take about 2 minutes. So let's take a look at an example. Here's a sample video, and I'm gonna get it going here. We're gonna watch the sample video, or part of it anyway, just to give you a flavor of what this snapshot of humanity is like, and then we'll just take a quick look at these SVOs that I came up with just as examples. So let's see what we can do with this sample video. So you should have a pretty good idea of what the video is like. Others are quite different, but again, they're just snapshots of humanity. All right, and as you can see on the screen now, these are just some examples of SVOs that came to mind about the video you just saw. So these are examples. You can stop here and have a look, or let's just continue with the part 3. So here we have part 3, which is trivia time. It's just a little fun way to end the activity. So here you will guess the answer to the trivia question, which is related to the theme of the video. So each trivia question will be about the theme of the video you watched in that activity. Here we saw the video was about a kind of like a riot police and so forth. Not the most uplifting subject, but it is humanity after all. And the question here is, tear gas was first used during blank. The War of 1812, World War I, World War II, or the Vietnam War. And just, by the way, you will get the answer to each of the trivia time questions on the next day's activity. This answer, by the way, is B. World War I was the first time that tear gas was used. Okay, gentlemen, that is the last part of the SVO activity. Good luck with it. Thank you for your participation. And remember, it takes practice to develop a creative mindset. Keep going, gentlemen. Keep going.